Good morning. Day 290. Cooking down the refrigerator, freezer, and working pantry meals. Well, today it's cloudy and chilly out. Only going to be 55 degrees. Went down into the 40s last night, so same thing tomorrow. And then it's going to warm up a little bit. So I had a good time yesterday. We went out and had a nice dinner, and I didn't break the bank. The place I went, the Burntwood, has happy hour, I think from 4 to 6, and they have an appetizer menu. So I had some of their potato, what do you call them? Anyway, they're potato puff things, and they are so good. So I only spent $10 and something, and then of course the tip. So it came to like $13. But anyway, it was really good. It was a fun time. And it was good to get out and not be driven in the garden or driven to get things downsized in my house. And it seems like everything is on a time crunch. You know, I mean, the garden and getting my house ready. So I can see that I need to step it up with getting the house in order. Because my mom, you guys know if you've been with me for a while, she's 93. She's still with it, and she still takes care of herself. I mean, she needs help going to appointments and things like that, which I do. And, but, you know, she still takes care of her house, and she has a good-sized house. It's not a little house. But I can see it's starting to be too much for her. And she's even admitting it's getting to be too much for her. So I can see in the near future where I need to make some space, which I've been doing, but I need to step up the game a little bit because I can see where she's going to need to sell her house and, you know, make other arrangements, which is either living with me, or my daughter and I have talked about it. Her house is bigger than mine, so she might want to stay there. We have to see. But anyway, it's going to take a lot of work. So that's what I mean with it being under a time crunch. It's not just, you know, oh, I want to look through some stuff and get rid of some clutter. It's bigger than that. So anyway, I've had to rethink some things about what I'm going to do, and I need to get to work on that. So once my garden is done, and it's almost done, I've decided to cut way back on the things I'm going to plant, even next year. So adjustments need to be made out there. So anyway, I'm glad we're going to have another few days that I can finish that up. And by mid-October, I want to be done with all that so that I can get some things done in here. And I'm even thinking about potentially selling some of my furniture and just things that I don't use anymore. But we'll see. We'll see how all that goes. I'm not going to make myself crazy here. I'm going to take a breath and see what I need to do. All right, well, I need to eat up some avocados, and I still have Walmart bread. I still have a couple tomatoes that need to be eaten. So I need to go into my refrigerator and assess what I have and what I want to eat for the next week, and go from there. All right, I'll be back in a little bit. No garden work today. I have to take my mom to an appointment, so I'll be hanging out with her for a while. But I am going to prepare some dinner for when I get home. All right, I'll be back in a little bit. All right, let's see what's for breakfast this morning. I have an idea. I still have 3 avocados that I need to eat. So here's one. I already pulled that out. And I need some bread. And I have my Walmart bread here that I had in the freezer. So I'll be getting that out. And I have this tomato here that needs to be eaten. I have a little bit of lemon and lime juice. And let's see. Maybe I'll put a piece of bacon with that. I have to eat that up. And I think I'll have a TLT with avocado, because I still have a little tiny bit of romaine lettuce here. I have more. I have a couple more heads, but I need to start eating those. So I think that will be breakfast this morning, and I think I'll also have some of these grapes. They need to be eaten. So great. So we're headed into week number 2 for my October no spend. And apparently there's 5 weeks in October. That might not be good. But I think we can do it. All right. I will meet you at the stove. Okay, well, here we are back at the stove. So I have my avocado. I put a little bit of everything but the bagel seasoning in there. And I know you can get that at Dollar Tree. I did not get this one at Dollar Tree. And this is just some lemon pepper. I don't want to put too much in because I can always add more. And a little bit of garlic salt. And then I'm going to add some onion powder and garlic powder to it. Conveniently put on my shelving here. I so like my open shelving right next to the stove. It's very convenient with all my spices there, all my oils there. You know, once in a while you do something and it actually works out very well. And sometimes not so much. Okay, so I'm just going to mash this up. I mean, guys all kind of know how to make this. And then I put just a little bit, this is lemon and lime that I had from a Flash food box a while ago that I just squeezed up the citrus, and I've been using it. So that's it with that. So this morning I've been making up a plan for my next year's garden because I don't want to work this hard next year. So This year has kind of taught me a bit of a lesson. You know, I keep saying I want to downsize, I want to downsize. And I have, but a lot of times as I'm downsizing, I'm also redoing things. And sometimes when you redo things and they're new, you don't really know if they're going to work or not. So you kind of have to tweak some things. So this is a teeny tiny piece of lettuce heart. And then I have my toast. And I have to chop up this tomato too. And I heated up my bacon a little bit just to soften it up, because when it's in the refrigerator it does get rather hard and it softens back up when you heat it up a little bit. So, because it's got oil on it and oil in it, and you know, when you put oil in the fridge, it hardens up. So today, it's not a bad day, but it's chilly. And it's going to be like that the next couple days. So it's a nice break. It's a very welcome break from the garden. All right, so I know when I've had enough gardening and I'm there. So I got this cute little banana avocado masher on Amazon a long time ago, and it really works nicely. And it works nicely too if you just have 1 or 2 potatoes that you want to mash up and you don't want to get out your big potato masher. So, alright, let me give this a taste. Perfect. Alright, so I toasted my Walmart bread. And this last time when I did my Walmart haul, last month sometime, I bought a loaf of French and a loaf of Italian bread. So, and then I cut them up in pieces like this big, and I froze them. So that way I can have either or both together. So I have a piece of French bread here and the Italian bread here. And I'm just going to go ahead and first of all put the avocado on here. And I'm going to use this instead of mayonnaise. And then I'm going to put my bacon on top of that. Can you see what I'm doing? Yes. And then I'm going to put more avocado on the other half. So I have 2 more avocados after this. I have 2 more tomatoes. And those really need to be eaten up before they go bad, which would be a shame. So, okay, there's that. And then I'm going to put a little bit more everything but the bagel on top of the tomato. And my teeny tiny lettuce. See, I told you this would come in handy, and this is just enough for 1 sandwich, which is perfect. So save those little itty bitty pieces, because you never know. All right. I'm going to put that on there. And put a couple picks in that I save from restaurants. They come in handy for tall sandwiches like this when I want to cut them in half. Now I know this is going to be messy because it's got a lot of avocado on it. Cutting through the fake and bacon. All right. There we go. All right, well, that was a struggle. That knife was too small. And I have the one more piece of French bread, because I do want to eat this avocado up before it turns brown. And it looks like I'm going to be saving a little bit. So when you have avocado, you want to cover the whole thing airtight with plastic. And I want to finish up this tomato. Okay. So there's my quick breakfast for this morning, and I have to get dressed pretty soon and go to my mom's. I think that looks tasty. All right, let me give this a little try. I'll try the French bread. One of my favorite breakfasts. Okay, I'll be back later with some more of something. I just got back from my mom's, and of course she sent some food home with me. So, but while I was there, I also got some food out of my freezer so that I can, since I have room in my kitchen freezer now, and I also have room in my little 5 cubic foot freezer out in the garage. So I still have lots and lots of food. No intention to buy any. Not going grocery shopping. I'm just shopping what I already have. I'm eating what I already have. If special occasions come up, I'm going to use what I have to make whatever it is I need. So let me show you what I brought back from the freezer and my mom's house. Okay, well, this is what my mom gave me. She had so much produce there. We cleaned out her refrigerator, and now I know where I got it from. There was a lot of food in there. Anyway, an orange and 2 little mandarins. Some very ripe bananas. I'll probably stick these in the freezer. She was going to throw them out, and I said, no, I'll put them in the freezer. Those are good for smoothies. And then she had 3 bags of carrots. Now, she will never eat 3 bags of carrots, so she gave me 1 bag. So that's what I got from my mom.
Come on, dog. Come on, she's coming back, I promise. She's coming back. She's just going out there.
Does she know this? She has this going?
I don't know. Say hi, Nani.
Look, she has it going.
I see that. Why's your finger in front of my face?
I don't know why it's lopsided. It's lopsided.
You're lopsided.
You're lopsided.
Aren't we cute?
Mm-hmm. Nani, you know this? Nani, you know how you have this running?
What, honey?
You know you have your camera running?
Yeah, leave it. I was making a video.
It's still going, though.
It's still going? Isn't that red dot?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so here's what I brought back from my freezer from my mom's house. So I got these 2 breakfast sausages, because I don't have any more. One's by Light Life, the other is Beyond Meat. And they're both good. So I have those. green beans, broccoli, partially used bag of fries, curly fries, some mixed veggies, broccoli with cheese sauce, oops, sorry about that. I have another pack of Gardein fish fillets. I like those, they're really good. They make a nice sandwich or even on the side. Some riced cauliflower stuffing. Never had that before. Some Gardein lightly breaded turkey cutlets. Some Gardein skillet meals, chicken Florentino. I don't know if that's any good. Lemon and herb daring. Of course, these are all plant-based. You know that by now. And then 2 chicken pot pies. So that's what I brought back from my mom's. Those will be going out into the garage freezer. And I'll have those available to use as well. So no shopping in October. All right, I will be back with a little chat. Here we are. Time for a chat. Gonna have some coffee. And so cheers. This is still from this morning. There's a little bit left in here, so I'm just going to have that. And it's just about dinner time as well. So guys, I'm exhausted. I spent the afternoon with my mom, which was fine. And my mom is extremely neat. I mean, very, very neat. She always has been. And she's a perfectionist, and everything has to be just so. But something had leaked into the bottom of her refrigerator, and we didn't know what it was. So I went into her fridge, and she had so much produce in there. I mean, now I know where I get it. And I'm trying to do better. So, you know, the past 3/4 of a year, I have been working on not doing that. But I used to do the same thing. So I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the apple tree. So, lesson learned. But it got me to thinking, you know, when you're in your 70s and your mother is in her 90s, which, you know, is such a blessing. Not many of us get to have that opportunity to grow old with a parent or parents. So I find myself very fortunate. But having said that, I'm at a point in my life where I'm kind of noticing that I'm starting to need help with things. So with me needing help and my mother needing help, and I'm an only child, I have no brothers or sisters to pitch in. So, you know, it falls on me and my children. So, mainly me and my daughter. So it got me to thinking that, you know, if I'm blessed enough to live as long as my mother, do I really want to be in a position where in my 90s, I have to sell my house, I have to get rid of things. No, no. So it's just strengthened my resolve to downsize and to get very aggressive with it, because I don't want to do that. And I know, I mean, yes, I've been getting ready for future me, because I know, you know, especially if you have things like arthritis and fibromyalgia and all that stuff, there's going to come a time where it's just going to get worse. It's not going to get better. So I'm really, really going to double down on what I'm getting rid of. And I've even been thinking about getting rid of some of my furniture, just because I don't use it. I don't use my dining room for much at all anymore. I mean, when we have gatherings, we're all here in the kitchen. I mean, we all sit around my little kitchen table. It's really funny because we're all just crammed in here. I bring out stools and everybody sits on a stool. People want to be together in the room. They don't want to have, you know, somebody in the dining room and somebody in the kitchen. So at least that's how my family is. And I love that. So I don't need all the dishes. I don't need all the glassware. I just don't need all that stuff anymore. And if somebody said, oh, you know, I'll take that, I would say, okay. That's like my daughter and my granddaughter were here, and I had some wraps, you know, like sweater wraps. And my daughter really likes those. So I had 3 of them hanging on my bedroom door that had been hanging there for 2 years, brand new. And so I told her, I said, go upstairs, take a look there. If you want them, fine. If you don't want them, that's fine too. And she was very, very happy. So she took 3 of them. And then my granddaughter, I had ordered a really fancy moto jacket. Oh, probably about 2 years ago. Well, when it arrived, you know, it was something that had been made in China. So, and I know the Asian people are smaller than American people because they have Asian sizes and they have American sizes. So I figured I got a larger size and I figured that would be fine. Well, it was really tight. I could get it on, but it was really tight in the arms. And it wasn't even so bad that I couldn't close it. I mean, it was like here. There's no way it was going to zip up. But when I went to return it, it was $30 in postage. And I didn't even pay that much for the jacket. And I thought, no, I'm not paying $30 to send it back. So it still had the tags on it and everything. And it was embroidered, and it was a moto jacket with zippers and, just stuff like that. So I showed it to my granddaughter and I said, Haley, would you like to have this? And her eyes just lit up and it was like, I love that. And her mother, who is like totally not into that kind of stuff, is rolling her eyes and it's like, no, no. But Haley fell in love with it, so I gave it to her. I mean, it still had the tags on it. So something's gone. And whenever my kids want something, it's like, it's yours, here you go. So anyway, I just wanted to talk a little bit about being older and seeing yourself in your mother. I think people that are like, that have older parents that are even like in their 50s, around that age, you don't have that same connection that you have when you're in your 70s and your mother's in your 90s. I mean, you're both little old ladies at that point. So you can really, really see the future you. So anyway, I just wanted to have a little talk about that and Just crazy stuff that's going on. So I'm going to make some dinner because I'm getting hungry. All right, I'll be back in a few minutes, and I'll just show you what I'm having for dinner. It's nothing epic. So I'll be back. Here's what I'm having for dinner tonight. I have a couple pieces of my Walmart bread. I have some pasta that I cooked ahead, and I cooked quite a bit of it because I wanted to make a couple different dishes with it. I made some coleslaw ahead, and that's just with Gerard's raspberry vinaigrette dressing. So I'm going to have that. And I'm going to have some of my corned beef seitan and some Swiss cheese that's been hanging around in the refrigerator. So what I want to do is make just a real quick pasta salad. Now I'm not going to make all this pasta. I'm going to make half of it. The other half is going to be for another meal. And that's what I like to do with my carbs. I like to cook those ahead and make enough for a couple meals. So that'll be good. And then the rest of it, I was thinking maybe make some macaroni and cheese because I have a lot of cheese. So this will be going back in the fridge for another meal. And then all I'm going to do, instead of making a mayonnaise dressing, I have this little bit of Italian 3 cheese dressing. So I'm going to put that on my macaroni salad. Now this would have been a little better if I'd made it ahead, but this is good enough. So I don't know if I need it all, but I'm also going to put some green onion in here because I have all these lovely green onions growing here now that I bought during my last haul, whenever that was. Now if you wanted to, you could put some dill pickle relish in here, but I think this is going to be tangy enough. So I'm keeping it simple, and that's what I'm putting in there. All right, so I'm pretty tired. I'm going to eat and then I'm going to do nothing. So there's a really quick pasta salad. You can add peppers to this. You can add regular onions. You can add pickles, celery, whatever you like. So I'm just going to give this a taste. I think I'm going to finish the dressing. There we go. And I like this dressing. I would buy this again. All right. So there's my really quick pasta salad. You could also add this to a green salad, and that would be tasty. Try it again. All right, so that's going to be sitting there for a little bit. Now I'm going to heat up some of this corned beef seitan just in the microwave. And I don't need it all. I'll save a little bit for a breakfast or something with some cheese. All right. right, so I'm going to put together my sandwich and I'll be back. All right, so here's my dinner for tonight. I ended up, I put a little mustard on here, whatever mustard you like. I chose dill mustard. And I heated up the coleslaw just a little bit. I didn't cook it, I just heated it up. So that has Swiss cheese, my seitan corned beef, and the coleslaw that I made. And then here I have my pasta salad. So let me give this a taste. I think it'll be good. Hopefully it'll be good. So just using what I have, because it's important to use up your food, especially nowadays. Delicious. All right. I would definitely make that again. I'm going to eat my dinner, and I'm going to call it a day, and I'm going to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself, be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.